Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuh, everybody. You're probably looking at your screen going, that's a scrumptious looking black man. And you're right. My name's Preacher Mars, comedian extraordinaire. Now, brothers and sisters, you're probably saying, what looks better than that black man right there? I'll tell you. The thought of giving the people in need and assisting them when they need it. Sounds good to me. With that, I introduce the Launch Good Ramadan Challenge. Again, that's the Launch Good Ramadan Challenge, which I'll be highlighting on my show, the ShOUT Show, the last 10 days of Ramadan. Now, brothers and sisters, don't miss out. I'm going to tell you why. I am a good looking black man, yes. I'm a comedian extraordinaire, yes. But the Ramadan Launch Good campaign is a dope project. And I tell you, if you join, you might actually be as dope as me. Now, some of you going, Preacher Moss, I've heard people talk about the Launch Good Ramadan Challenge. What makes your message so different? I'll tell you why. I have a fireplace. Flame on. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuh. Everybody, it's Hump Day Wednesday. Hump Day Wednesday. Listen, I hope you made it to this part of the week. We only got 2 days to get to the weekend. We are in the back end of Ramadan. We're talking about literally praying at night, staying up all night, with night of power. It's all coming to an apex, brothers and sisters. I'm glad that you're here to join us here on the show. Who am I? I'm Preacher Moss, the host of the SOS, the ShOUT Show, one of the dopest shows out there right now. Why? Because we have incredible community on this time, on this platform. Plus, we have amazing guests and we have amazing talent. Did I say amazing guests, amazing talent? Of course I did. You know why? Because it's true. Even during Ramadan, our Ramadan 30 for 30 has been nothing short of great shows, great information, great participation, and again, great community. What makes this show great? The people who get into the comment section. You know what I'm talking about. The ShOUT Show family, the ShOUT Show soldiers. So before I get into today's topic, brothers and sisters, I want to throw this out. Number one, first of all, if you are on the show for the first time, you just happen to traipse through, you saw the ad for Launch Good, pick up that Launch Good, make sure you check out the Launch Good Ramadan campaign. If you come to that, brother and sister, and you come to the show, guess what? You're in a special place. This is an eclectic group of people and topic and talent. We're only here for a half hour, some days an hour, but mostly a half hour. My point is, I want to welcome you. So let me just back this up. I want to welcome you. I want you to feel welcome. I don't want to run through a whole lot of reasons why you should be here. We just want to say thank you for coming in. Make yourself at home. Get in our comment section if you would like to. Let us know who you are. Express yourself. The only expressions we don't understand or respect are the ones we don't hear. So make sure you get in the comment section. And if you don't mind, do us a favor. We're trying to grow the community just a little bit. We are stuck on 158 subscribers. We're trying to get to 159, possibly 160 subscribers. People going, that's not a lot. You know what my mama used to say? Cinch for an inch takes a while for a mile. So we are patient here on the ShOUT Show. All right. So let me get to the other part. See, because when you're a part of the ShOUT Show, you become a part of the ShOUT Show family. I say family, that means that we have people who are pre-existing that are here, they're already on the show. So let me show you how this goes when you guys get comfortable, get in the comment section. And let me give a shout out to people who watch the show. Don't necessarily get in the comment section, but you enjoy the show. Let me not be remiss in telling you thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate you. Give us your comments or just sit back and enjoy what we're going to give to you in terms of topic, theme, and content. So first up on the show, you know who we got, brothers and sisters. We got Sister Ree talking about hello family. Ree is going to be coming in Washington, D.C. to surprise a certain young lady Well, not surprised, but coming to visit. Mama San trying to come in. I am excited for all parties coming. Big shout out to brother Derek who's going to be coming too. So this is a big deal. You know, that's like that. Reed, you know you like her daughter, and Derek, you're gonna be like her son-in-law. So get used to it. So when you come, I just want you to feel loved. I want you to feel engaged. I want you to feel at home. All right. Next up, we got my brother still holding on the fast game. Not the fast game, but the fasting game. My main man, Johnny L. Thomas. Brother, I just want to give a shout out to you, man. Next Thursday, not this Thursday, but next Thursday will be our last day. And I want you to know, man, I am ecstatic, and I am highly, highly happy that you made it all the way through this Ramadan. And I have to say, man, it went really, really quickly. Maybe you should do Ramadan with us next year because it just shot through. But man, I'm really happy for you, and you know, it's a courageous thing you did. Number one, just sticking to it and getting the spiritual rewards, and I'm sure God's gonna bless you, man. And for myself, everybody else on the shout out show, the Muslim community, man, thank you. Thank you for coming and being a part of this year. Shout out, sister, brother Altaf Rashid, my main man, Altaf Rashid, brothers and sisters, in case you don't know, is the official Canadian ambassador to the Shout Out Show. The official Canadian ambassador to the Shout Out Show. All things Canada for the Shout Out Show go through you, Altaf. I will talk to nobody. If Prime Minister Trudeau came on the show, I wouldn't talk to him. I was like, do you have a pass from Altaf? I'm not even talking to people. Anybody that's Canadian, I'm not going to talk to you unless you get cleared by Altaf. I'm giving you more powers as the ambassador, the Canadian ambassador. That's that's over all of Canada. Nova Scotia, Halifax, Quebec, Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto, Saskatchewan, Regina, Vancouver. It's all you. If anybody's listening, you got to go through Altaf. Sister Aika, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I hope you're having a successful fast over in Indonesia. Not Jakarta, but Depok, because I know it gets hot over there. So, you know, please, 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 please have a successful fast. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And please give our salams to your family, your son and daughter. My main man, this is my nifty man. We're finna get down here in a minute. What's up, brother Yusuf? Thank you for coming on the show, man. I just want you to know, brother, I have not forgotten you. I had some family issues. It's documented on the show, but I appreciate you coming on the show and supporting us. I do have some things we need to sit down and talk about, some different information. I don't know, man. I was looking for you on our show where we had crypto educator Rick Sclafford on the show. If you get a chance, go back. That episode was on Sunday. Go back, check that out, man. He gave a lot of information about the cryptocurrency, about the crypto markets, how you kind of. Plus, he teaches a course, and he gave some information where you can take his course for free. So make sure you check that out, okay? My main man, Adam Khan. What's up, brother? My running mate when I come to Toronto. Well, you know, Adam, you're not the ambassador, the Canadian ambassador, but I will make you, I'll figure out a position for you to come out of Canada. Maybe I'll give you something classy. Don't worry about it. I'm giving you something classy, Adam, because you've been with me. You're my West Indian homie, so you know how we get down. I'm going to take care of you. Adam, thank you so much for coming on the show. You know how I feel about you, brother. And I pray that your fast is successful. And please give my salams to your family during a special time of the year. And let them know I have them all in my du'as, all right? Much love. There you go. And Sister Reed said, you know you always got blessings from us. We, you know, for the whole shout-out show. Reed's been holding it down for years, brothers and sisters. So I have to go even beyond the shout-out show. Before that happened, she's been holding down for the Mars family for quite a long time, particularly my mom. So big shout-out to Reed. So appreciate that. And we got to get a shout-out to, of course, our consultant producer, Sultana Whitfield, who's been holding it down, making it happen. I appreciate it. You know, I got to be careful with you, Satana, because I'm going to come on the show one day and you're going to leave me a digital note saying, I quit. I started my own show. And then I'm going to be working for you. And if that's the case, I don't mind. Everybody here on the show, you know, I want you to support Satana because she's doing a lot of different things. outside of the shout out show, a lot of good community service things. She's done a couple of food distribution, some things like that. So I want to make sure that we support her and the things that she's doing. And as well, if there's anything that you guys are doing in your community, you need a shout out. That's what I'm here for. We'll put it in on the show. Maybe we can set her to be a guest. I don't have any problems with supporting you because you've been supporting me. All right? So make sure we get that done. Also, I want to give a shout out to my man back here, Washington, D.C.'s own Duke Ellington. Brothers and sisters, Duke Ellington, my main man. If you love jazz and you don't have a Duke Ellington record or knowledge of Duke Ellington, then you're not a jazz dude. He was one of the best to do it. Composer, band leader, slick dresser. I mean, he has a school in D.C., Duke Ellington School of Arts, named after him. And I'm like, yo, the whole city should be named after Duke Ellington because that's the kind of guy he was. DC dude, through and through, so you know I'm giving some love to Duke Ellington. So, our topic today, we're going to be breaking it down. I didn't put it on banners because I didn't think it would I didn't really want to be that way because I'd be cutting up the show. But our topic today on Hump Day Wednesday is 3 topics: social media, crack, and non-uplets. Let me say it again: social media, crack, and non-uplets. Social media had a big day today. Facebook, brothers and sisters, Facebook decided to uphold the ban on Donald Trump, meaning that he's not being allowed back on the Facebook. Now, you know he's already been banned on Twitter. But the board had a meeting, the oversight board had a meeting about Trump's behavior, and they decided not to reinstate him for Facebook. Now, my problem is the damage is sort of done. The damage is done because people know how to manipulate Facebook. You can just have another account. You can, you have these different dummy accounts and stuff like that. But I say the damage is done, Facebook, because you let the guy run amok for quite a number of years. And when I say run amok, he was unchecked. He deliberately lied. They developed whole conspiracies on Facebook. And Facebook, to a man, I'm saying Facebook basically looked the other way. They looked the other way. They didn't say anything. They didn't do anything. It wasn't punitive. It took an insurrection for him to finally get suspended indefinitely off of Facebook. And I'm saying, money talks, BS walks. When they give you more money, Facebook, you know exactly what you're going to do. You're going to go for the money. You're going to find some way to make sure that this man gets back on Facebook and brings all of his followers on Facebook, because that's what I know about social media. These days, social media is not used for the ultimate good. It's not used for the growing consensus of good that's needed to be addressed. It's become a hodgepodge of just money grabs and things like that. And so while this is sort of like a moral victory, but Facebook is not about morals. It's not about ethics. So a moral victory, an ethical victory doesn't really fit in right now. It doesn't really float my boat right now because the damage has already been done. Going back to disenfranchising black voters, that was you, Facebook. And it took black people 4 years or 3.5 years to wake up to realize, guess what? The fix is in. The hokey poke is in. The Russians are telling us. The Republicans are telling us this. The people that don't want us to vote are telling this. White people who realize that in 20 years, they're going to be in a minority. They're the ones who are telling you this. And Facebook just put it up. A like here, like here, like here, like here. And I'm like, that's where we are now. So shout out Facebook for doing what you should have done in the first place. Next topic, crack. Not just crack, but crack cocaine. Let me say it again. Not just crack, but crack cocaine. The Supreme Court is hearing a case, finally, about sentencing around crack cocaine. I keep saying crack cocaine. It should really be crack comes from cocaine. The sentencing that they did in the late 80s in regards to the crack wars and crack possession was ridiculous. It was criminal. You literally could have 5 grams of cocaine and 5 grams of crack, and you could possibly go to jail for 20 to life for the crack, 3 to 5 for the cocaine. It was a matter of how it was mixed. Now, brothers and sisters, let me preface this by saying I'm not standing up for anybody that decides to deal drugs. I'm not standing up for anybody that decides to deal crack or cocaine. However, on the other side of it, in terms of sentencing, you cannot sentence people excessively and in a way where you know it's disadvantageous to one group. What am I saying? In the 80s, the use of crack or the idea of possession of crack, it matriculated. It made sure that we had large populations of young black men going to prison. Of young black men going to prison, not only going to prison, but going to prison for long periods of time. So, Bill Clinton, I'm bringing your name up too because you signed off on this stuff. So I don't want you to think it's just Republicans. Democrats had a hand in it too. And they knew it was criminal, but they knew they could get away with it. And my point in bringing this up is we lost a whole generation of particularly young black men, definitely young females. We lost a generation of people, of productivity, of potential around these laws. And just now in the Supreme Court, they're having a conversation that are asking the question, were these laws excessive? Of course they were excessive. They weren't balanced. One group goes to jail for 20 years, one group goes to jail for 3 to 5. I'm just saying. And think about it, brothers and sisters. This is I keep telling you this about understanding how we have to fight for laws and differences with the law. There's a woman named Crystal Mason. And there was a white guy who he got caught basically voting for Trump, but he voted in the place of his dead mother. He cast a ballot for his dead mother and a ballot for himself for Trump. Okay, he broke the law. All right? Crystal Mason was a woman who was, she was an ex-felon. She was out of prison. She'd done some time for tax evasion. I believe that's what it was. This woman went to vote. She thought she could vote. They gave her a ballot, but it wasn't a normal ballot. It was one of those ballots where you fill it out, and if it's valid, we'll call you. If not, we won't count it. And basically, a worker told her to fill it out anyway. She filled it out anyway, and guess what happened? She got arrested. This guy I just told you about, 5 months probation. This woman is looking at 5 years in prison. Brothers and sisters, that's what I'm saying. The law, the law, the law, the law. Okay? So let's be real clear with that. So I'm hoping in the Supreme Court, Clarence Thomas, Alito, Sotomayor, that you look at the damage that this law has done for years. We have debilitated and handicapped young black men for years, and they should be low offenders. They've already set the bar because people who are higher offenders are already getting lower sentences. So you got to do something for the low offenders, okay? I'm not saying these guys are innocent, but I am saying if they commit the crime and they do their due diligence, but they pay their debt to society, then they should be able to get another chance. And they shouldn't have to wait 20 years to do so. All right. Now, let me talk about the last one, which is non-uplets. I've never heard this word before. Non-uplets. Look, I don't even think you can win a game of Scrabble with this word. This is a Scrabble word. That's what I believe. This is a Scrabble word, double score. Because I'm here to tell y'all, I saw non-uplets and I was like, I gotta go to you know how you go, Siri, non-uplets. Siri's like, Negro, please. And I couldn't find it. I'm bringing up the idea of non-uplets, and here's why I'm bringing it up. And we're going to go to a commercial break after this. I'm bringing up the idea of non-uplets because, brothers and sisters, non-uplets means that a woman had 9 children. She birthed 9 children in one go-around. Not like a break in between 2-3 years. She was pregnant. They thought she was going to have septuplets. She had non-uplets. 9 children. Now, I'm here to tell y'all something. May Allah bless all those little angels that they're healthy and they make it through. You know that line, they go, well, the mother and the baby are doing well. Now, that lady's in traction. You had 9 uplets. You done broke something. And you know what's, I'm here to tell you, you ever notice how they say the baby and the mother and the baby doing fine? You ever notice they don't ever tell you about the father? I'm going to tell you why. That father either broke camp at the fear of having 9 children, or he's someplace working, knowing I got to feed 9 miles. He went from 0 to 11 miles. You know what I'm talking about? And father, wherever you are, whoever that father is, man, God bless you, man, and bless you and your family. And just to shout out, this woman was from Mali. Her name is Halima Sis. And Sister Halima Sis, um, had these children, and I'm gonna give a shout out to the Mali government too, because they were worried about her pregnancy. They sent her to Morocco. She had the children. It's funny because the Minister of Health in Morocco goes, I have no record of anyone having 9 children. I'm like, dude, you need to check your records because something's wrong. So listen, we're gonna be right back after this message. Hold on, we'll be right back. I have some wrap up ideas, and we're gonna have a Ramadan reflection. Okay. Yo, assalamu alaikum. I'm Preacher Moss, comedian extraordinaire, but I like to add a new title to my name. I'm Professor Preacher Moss. You know why? Because I just graduated. Wait a minute, let me get this out of here. This is it. Okay. I'm Professor Preacher Moss, and it's come through the courtesy and the blessing of the Muhammad Ali Scholarship, which came through Bayan Islamic Graduate School. Now, listen, I know a lot of you people are thinking, can I do it? Yes, you can do it. This is the part where I'm supposed to say it's easy. It's not easy. Listen, if it was easy to get this degree, Trump would be a mufti. I digress. Listen though, for you brothers and sisters that are interested, go to bayanonline.org and you could be like me. Put yourself in the picture for Islamic education. Wait a minute, there's a picture right there. Sound like them, everybody. Take care. Preach them off. All right, everybody. So this Ramadan reflection is courtesy of our sponsor, Bayan Islamic Graduate School. The topic today is during the month of Ramadan, don't forget to celebrate the youth. Let me say it again. Don't forget to celebrate the youth. A lot of times we go through Ramadan and we think Eid, we think Sahur, and we don't understand that we're laying a very, very important precedent. I earlier mentioned my brother doing fasting, and it was interesting because when we talked about the aspect of fasting and the spiritual component of it, it was really, really touching to know that he was doing that and he didn't have to. And I think that's the thing that we need to get across to our children, that sometimes gratitude necessitates that you don't really have to do it. It's just that you do. You feel compelled to do the right thing. You feel compelled to fill a space with compassion and mercy. You feel compelled to help other people think more clearly, eat a little more. You know, I was watching the Oprah Network a couple years back. One of the featured people, it wasn't even featured people, it was the Wayans family. Marlon, Damon, all the Wayans, brother Keenan Ivory Wayans, and I don't think Damon Wayans was there, but he said something so profound about gratitude and thankfulness and family that I have to bring it up. Oprah asked him that, basically you guys are this super family, super entertainment family. You've been around for 30, 40 years, the scary movies, White Chicks. I mean, they have shows on TV. My wife and kids, they've been on TV basically for 30 years, going on 30 years, easily. The question was, how do you guys balance all of that? And Keenan Ivory Wayans of the group of brothers and sisters, he's sort of like the matriarch. I mean, not the matriarch, but the patriarch of the family. Not the father, but of the comedy family. And he said something that I think maybe we should all think about. He said, in these situations in life, he said, and with our family, he said, we've learned something. He said that when somebody has a show on the air, like TV, we don't put a competing show on. We wait till that show goes off. He says, if somebody has a movie out, we don't put out a competing movie. He said, if somebody has a comedy tour, we might not even put out a competing comedy tour. He said, when we get shows, we put each other on each other's shows to make sure that we are growing our skills. and we are solidifying our family competency. But then he said something that caught my attention. He said, but here's the deal. We've learned that sometimes you have to give a little more and take a little less. He said, because at the end of the day, we're all family. Think about that. You have to give a little bit more. You have to take a little bit less. Because in the end of the day, we're all family. Brothers and sisters, we've all gone through this thing of Ramadan. Next week around this time, we'll be wrapping up. There'll be no more Ramadan until next year. You can do your Shaban, you can do your fast of Dawood, you can do fast of the Prophet, but it's not like Ramadan. You can do your independent fast, but Ramadan is different because we all have this achieved goal. We're all feeling the same way at the same time. We're feeling hunger. We're feeling that we deprive ourselves of things that would naturally be afforded to us. But in the words of Keenan Ivory Wayans, what are we doing? We're giving a little more, we're taking a little less. Because at the end, not only are we family, but we're a family of believers. So as we begin to go forward, brothers and sisters, I ask all of us, as we come out of Ramadan, these last couple days, I know we'll all be in the masjid praying, trying to get our blessings, just trying to get your heart right, which is important. Get your heart right coming out of Ramadan. We'll be doing all these things. But I think what's most important is just that little piece of giving. That little piece of giving. Taking a little less. It's not that we don't have it to give, but it's how we give it. There's a word about the cheerful giver. We have to be cheerful givers sometimes. And we have to be cheerful when we take less. My point, brothers and sisters, before this Ramadan gets away from us, hey, we only have one more Ramadan reminder, Ramadan reflection. Think about that. My point, brothers and sisters, is that we can be great in our spaces, not just be great, but we can be great being consistently good. And I'm going to impress upon all of us that to get to greatness, you got to be consistently good. And greatness looks like consistently good. So for our children, I said, remember the kids during Ramadan. Let's give them an example. We've had a rough couple of years of just bad examples, in my opinion. We've had to deal with COVID, things like that. Just for this time, brothers and sisters, for our children, give a little bit more, take a little bit less. Maybe put the phone down. Talk to the kids 5 more minutes in a day. Help them with homework. You know what? When they go outside, you go outside. Let's go for a walk. You know what? Son, daughter, let's go get something to eat. Let's break fast together. And when Eid comes, and you know how we do during Eid, celebrate the fact that the community achieved something. The community as a whole gave a little more, took a little less. All right, brothers and sisters, that's the show for today. I think that's it. I'm going to go ahead and give some shout outs for our sponsors, if you don't mind, before we get out of here. I want to give a shout out, of course, to BeFinanciallyIndependent.com. Again, that's BeFinanciallyIndependent.com, BeFinanciallyIndependent.com. Why am I saying that 3 times? Because you know what? It's accumulative. I want you to get to the point where you understand that, hey, we have an opportunity to do these things, and why not do them? Why not make it happen? So call. If you don't want to go to the website, 1-800-679-3175. Again, that's 1-800-679-3175. And of course, I want to give a shout out again to Bayan Islamic Graduate School. And we'll give a shout out to Launch Good with the Launch Good Ramadan Challenge. Okay, brothers and sisters, that's been a day. It's been a quick show. You guys have been great. Oh, hold on a minute. We had a comment here from Adam. If you ever want to understand totally this whole idea about crack versus cocaine, there's a famous joke by the comedian Earthquake. Look up Earthquake, crack versus cocaine. Hilarious bit. He should have gotten a Nobel Prize for this bit. It's so funny, but it's so true. Thank you for sending that over too, brother. I appreciate it. So I'm out of here, everybody. God bless. Have an amazing day, and You know what? I'll see you soon, inshallah. Hey everybody, this is your brother Preacher Moss. Listen, I hope that you enjoyed your shout out show experience. We'll be back with the next show, the next shout out show. A simple ask before you go, please help your brother out. Click that subscribe button, click that notify button, and I'll see you again on this side of the microphone. You probably wonder what that smell is. That's me. I smell good. And the reason I smell good is because I use oils from ShOUT. So I'm not saying you can't smell good. I'm not even saying you stink. I'm saying you have the opportunity to smell exquisite. Check out ShOUT.com for some of the best oils and scents in town.